Well, today is World Hunger Day. A lack of food and malnutrition are major challenges on the continent, and this, of course, has been exacerbated by COVID-19. The United Nations says hunger is still the leading cause of death. Let's discuss this further, where we are at the moment with this, with Precious Nala from Afrika Tikkun. Precious, a very good morning to you, and I suppose let's talk about where we are in terms of hunger, in terms of South African communities, especially while we continue to battle this pandemic.
Good morning. It's really unfortunate that 10 years later, world hunger is still something that's quite hot and topic, and it's not really getting easy. South Africa is still facing a lot of issues around undernutrition and remains persisting. As you mentioned, COVID-19 accelerated this. Last year we saw more than a third of South Africans going to bed hungry because of the pandemic. So that is really, really worrying. In 2019, 54% were already at risk of hunger, already experiencing hunger, which is also, quite an interesting fact, given that this was prior to COVID, but we still see that there is a high number when it comes to world hunger.
And also, also very worrying, and I would think on some levels so unacceptable that we see people dying from hunger still in the year 2021, COVID or no COVID.
Yeah, look, I think in 2021 we are experiencing the outcomes of COVID, and it's not going to get easy. It's not going to be a flip of a switch where we walk into a world of honey and milk. I think the damages of COVID, we are still seeing it. We still see a lot of the people living in the communities are still facing hunger issues, no job, loss of income, prices of food have gone high. So there are still all those challenges that are building up and unfortunately are impacting when it comes to hunger.
Now, you as Afrika Tikkun, I see you've developed various township projects to tackle hunger there when it comes to children and families as well, also looking at feeding schemes, after-school nutrition programs, and we cannot stress enough the important link between feeding a child and allowing them to carry on with their education, nutrition and education. Tell us what it is you're doing.
Fighting hunger is our focal area as an organization. We take this to priority, we take this to heart, because we understand the children in our communities are already at the better end, or not even better end, but at the end of just, reaping the goodness of this world. And we know that, if they're not getting the right nutrition, if they're not getting the right source of food, they are going to perform badly at school. We know that this could also lead to unemployment. Living in poverty is not the best situation for them. So, like mentioned, we've got quite a variety of programs that we have implemented, which is our after-school feeding schemes, our ECD. We also have our agripreneur project, where we're actually empowering our young people to learn the basic skills of agri-farming, because we know how critical that is. We want to improve township economies. We want to also improve township food systems, making sure that they have got fresh produce readily available at any given time. But I think the education still has to go a long way, because you can't again flip the narrative and make sure that this is in place very quickly. But we are taking this to priority, and we want to make sure that our young people, as well as their families and the communities at large, have got access to these elements.
Right, thanks very much for that, Precious Nala from Afrika Tikkun. Great to see that there are those who are prioritizing this and making some inroads, but still not enough. People are dying because they don't have food. Well, President Cyril Ramaphosa